This conference will now be recorded.
Hi all, welcome to the session. This is really going to be an eye opener for all of you right there to get an idea about why we should go for programming and why should really particularly opt for Java since we have so many programming languages right there in the industry. And this is going to be the agenda for this session. This we're just going to cover about why we should go for programming and Java and why people really hate Java and the companies that are using Java and why we use Java and the Java version followed by the advantages in the future of Java. Firstly, going into it, I just really want to tell you like why we should go for programming. Assume that we are friends and I just know English and you just know Malayalam, Telugu or Kannada or any other languages. We cannot communicate with having some different languages like a common thing. So what we do here is we will be learning one common language that can be an English or Hindi, and we just make our communication by using that language. Similar to that, the machine cannot understand our human language. The only thing the machine can understand is binaries, that is ones and zeros. So to make a machine understand what the human think, we just need to program something or code something on the language that machine really understands. So the purpose of programming is to automate something. It can be anything like it can be a robot or it can be any simple calculator program or anything. So this is the purpose of programming is to create anything. We can create anything like and even creating a system that will tell where we should go out. That is going to work every morning except on Sundays and Saturdays. Even that is a program. Here comes the concept of compilers and interpreters. What really does is compilers and interpreters are programs that convert the high-level language, that is the source code. It can be in any language like C, C++, Java, Python, or anything that will be called as the source code. And the compiler and interpreter, it is a program that convert this source code into a machine code that will make the machine, that is computer, to understand what the human is trying to tell the machine. So computer programs are usually written on high level languages, and yeah, high level language is one that can be understood by humans, like we have print statement and scanner statement, everything right out there, that will be called as the high level language that can be readable by the human. Anything that can be readable by humans are called high level language. To make it clear, they contain words and phrases from the language in common use. It can be English or other languages, for example. However, computer cannot understand the high level languages as we humans do. So they can only understand programs that are developed in binary system known as machine code. The binary system programs are called as machine code. So to start with, a computer program is usually written in high level language described as a source code. These source codes must be converted into machine language. And here the role of compilers and interpreters come. Coming into the Java, it is both compiler and interpreter dependent. Both can be done by using the Java. And yeah, so before we actually begin, I just want to give a little brief about Java and why exactly people hate it. Now, I would like to ask you to imagine a super duper car, which is highly luxurious and yeah, you can do anything robotic car or anything. Hope you uh, guys have a picture of it on your mind. Okay, now let's reveal it. I bet you guys you did not imagine this old model car, which appears to be like this, right? So you would have imagined something big, fast, agile, and maneuverable like this. So here comes why you would have imagined something big, fast, agile. In the same way, many of the people will think Java to be old, but seriously, guys, Java did not stop in 90s. It started evolving since it came into the industry. So Java is powerful and dominant programming language since its birth. Many of its framework like Hadoop, Spark, Scalar, and other major big data frameworks used Java, and the major operating systems like Android also uses Java. So to make things better, Java had upgraded and indeed. Coming into the reasons why people really hate Java. People hate Java for multiple reasons. As for the recent survey, the most common factor that people why really hate Java is it is they will think like it is verbose, or in simple terms people feel it too texty. The implementation of classes and code length make people uh, uh, more what to say, like it is more complicated thing, and but actually it is not. So there are many upgrades in Java to reduce your code length. One of the major update is the record method, and what really happens here is this method can make wonders happen. It is capable to replace your complete class just in one line. This is because the data is just a data and it is not meant to be visible all the time. So we can just make use of the record method and make the things look a little cooler and readable. See, that's the see, that's the magic even Java can do. Even you can code it in simpler terms by using Java. It is not a thing like it is too texty or it is too brave. So Java is evolving. People it now understands what exactly you need, and it was is and always will be beautiful language. So the next common thing why people hate Java is that they will think it is slow and heavy. The why is it why I don't think why they are thinking it is slow and heavy, because the common people, the whole world of Android application, web pages, big data, and whatnot. Everything runs on Java. And how could one feel it's heavy and slow? It is just a misconception, I think. The thing is, like by using Spring Boot, you just need to provide your dependencies, and your application is ready. Followed by that, the next reason is they will think like it is slow to write. Actually, it is not. The recent IDEs like Eclipse and IntelliJ, they create classes and construct them for the programmer. At this point, it could just I could just say, please know more about your IDs. They can do so many magics right out there. So can it can help you to like you can just import the things and use it on anywhere you want to. And now, moving ahead, let's have a look on who uses Java. There are multiple million-dollar companies that use Java. A few of the major companies are listed out here. The things are like Airbnb, Uber, Netflix, Spotify, Google, Instagram, Amazon, Printest, and FB. Everything we are seeing it in day-to-day life. All of this million-dollar companies are using Java, and Java is also used for big data analytics. Most of the big data frameworks like Spark, Flink, Hive, and Hadoop are written in Java. Uh, I think you just got an idea about how vast the background of Java is. And the another thing is about Java is also capable to work with artificial intelligence. There are many misconceptions like that only R and Python programming can be used for data science and AI, but it is not. Even Java is capable to run all the algorithms of data science and also execute the programs for artificial intelligence. And going on to and the Java can be used for designing, database connectivity, development, and even it can be called as the cross-platform kind of thing. It is because like Java believes write once and run anywhere. This is called, we can also tell it as compile once and run anywhere. This makes it completely platform independent. The thing is like it can be run on Macintosh or Linux or even in Windows operating system. This is why it is called as the cross-platform or the platform independent. And coming into designing, Java design patterns or standards that are used worldwide to create, design, deploy, and maintain hundreds of applications. And we have a thing like JDBC connections, and that are used worldwide. Most of the biggest and bulkiest data transfers are possible because of this JDBC connection, and the security is kind of more in Java when compared to the other languages. And coming into development, Java platform is used worldwide to develop a vast variety of Android application, web application, enterprise application, and many more. So this could be a better language to learn in 2020, I think. And why we use Java is the main reason is it is open source. You don't have to pay to use this software or anything. Anything will be available for free. It is open source, and the performance of the Java applications which are developed using Java will be high. And coming to multi-threading, it can have n number of applications to run in a parallel way. So this, as I told you, like the security is more when compared to the other structured programming. And coming on to it is, as I told, like platform independent, we have covered it. And portable, the same thing, like it can have the runnability in any Windows, Macintosh, or Linux environment. That will come under portable. And here everything will be class and object oriented, that can make the programs more modular and reusable. Robust is the thing, like the error can be identified in the compile time itself. So the testing for the application will be in a good manner when compared to the other languages. And coming into to a brief about the Java, it is the most commonly used programming language in the industry, and it is a solid core language. Even the web and non-web environments, all operating system and all data types of services, you will find Java anywhere. So yeah, coming to the Java applications, we have like four types of major applications coming from Java. One is like the standalone application. The standalone application, or also known as the desktop application or window-based application. These are the traditional software that we need to install on every machine. For example, we have like Windows Media Player in our system, right? That may be an example, that can be an example for standalone. And even our antivirus application can come under standalone application. The next one is about web application. Any application that runs on the server side and creates a dynamic page is called web application. For example, you can take any websites like Flipkart, Amazon, Myntra, or any web application can be an example for web application. And the third one is about enterprise application. This is an application that is distributed in nature, such as banking application. It can be called as the enterprise application. Why we are using the Java for enterprise application is that Java has high level of security. So most of the banking applications will have Java as the backend, or even the development will be in the Java. And the fourth one is about mobile application. This is an application which is created for the mobile devices. Any Android application can be an example for mobile application which is developed in Java. And coming on to it, even it is Java is used in RPA, that is robotics, robotic process automation, and even games could be developed using Java. And coming on to the Java version, since from the beginning to today, Java has got many upgrades. And here the latest version of Java is JDK 13. Since from the JDK 7 to JDK 13, it was a great journey for Java. So many things have been upgraded in the new version of JDK, that is JDK 13, and many precise things has been introduced when compared with JDK 7 or 8. And Java has so many new features like lambda expression, and even they are upgrading more towards the web for Spring Boot and Hibernate. They are working for the releases of their new version. And here comes the advantage of Java. And the firstly, it is easy to learn. As I told, so many people hate Java, but the thing is not really what they think. It is really easy to learn, and it was designed to be easy to use, and is therefore easy to write, compile, debug, and learn other programming languages as well. So you can switch to any other object-oriented programming or structured programming by just learning Java. It could be a better platform to learn the Java at the beginning as a fresher, or you have some basic idea about the programming. It could be a great thing if you switch to move with the object-oriented programming. And this allows you to create modular programming and reusable code. Since everything is object oriented, we can have classes and object, and that can form a module for the programs. And if you have the same functionality in future, you can reuse that module alone to that program. That could be really good. That is a really good thing, I think. And as we discussed, like Java is platform independent, and one of the most significant advantages of Java is its ability to move easily from one computer to another, and the ability to run the same program on many different systems is crucial to World Wide Web software. And Java succeeds at this by being platform independent. So yeah, I think anything could be done with Java. What more you want, like? And those are the future of Java. Yeah, as I told you, like the Industry 4.0 comes with so many new things like cloud, IoT, big data, artificial intelligence. And even if that Industry 4.0 grows on to 5.0, 6.0, and so on, Java will be there, and their features will be upgraded along with what grows in the industry. So the future is microservices in cloud, IoT, big data, and AI, and scientific and research community for dealing with a huge amount of data. Java could be used. And as we discussed, like banking and financial services can have Java. Largely used server-side applications can be built using this, and retail billing application seen in a restaurant or store or entirely written in Java. And coming into the stock market, for writing algorithms as to which company one should invest in. that could can also be developed with Java. And coming on to Android application, it can or either written in Java or by using the Java API. It could be done. And big data, as we told, like Hadoop, MapReduce, and Spark, anything can be done with Java. Any algorithms can be run by using the Java alone. And coming on to the salary trends of a Java developer, in India, an entry-level Java developer would be getting around 4 to 5 LPA, and an experienced would be getting around 10 to 25 LPA. And in the UK and US, the trends will be more high. And the thing is, they can have around 25K to 30 euros, and experienced can earn about 55 to 80K euros. And coming on to US, the entry levels will have 55K to 75 US dollars, and experienced would earn around 90K to 125K US dollars. I think this could be really good, this will not this is an evergreen language, and this will never get out of trend in the industry. I will just show you the course curriculum for this. And yeah, we have covered like from basic to intermediate and even the advanced concepts right here. And yes, uh, starting with the JVM, JRE, JDK, and setting up a path for a hello program in Java, and going through the looping statements and classes, objects, methods. Here comes the OOPS concepts like inheritance, polymorphism, encapsulation, and abstraction, interface, and everything has been covered out here. Array and types of arrays, and string buffer, everything is covered. And we have given a brief about JDBC, REST API, string hibernate, MVC, struts, and the new features like lambda expression for each methods, threads, and programming sessions have been planned. And the interview kind of thing is also been discussed, will be discussed in the session. And there will be an assignment on a daily basis, and there will be a query session for the previous session. Class will be there for 5 to 10 minutes, or 20 minutes can also be preferred if we cover the topics before the timeline. So yes, I think this yeah. Yeah, I think this is done with this. Yeah, thank you for listening this session.